Swift. It's really lovely to see you this morning and to be sharing our first celebration assembly that we're going to be doing remotely.
Good morning, everybody. It's been really nice to catch up with some of you as you come into school, and I hope that lots of you will get to see our assemblies and send in lots of work that we're going to get to share with everybody else.
So each week, your teachers are going to send us some pieces of work that they think deserve a special shout out and a mention in our assembly. And then we're going to publish one of these videos every single Friday, and that will be a chance for you to find out, has your work been selected for our celebration assembly, and hopefully we'll also encourage lots more of you to be sending your work into us. It's been really nice hearing from your teachers, how you've been getting on. We're still at school, we miss having you all in, and we can't wait till the day when everyone comes back to Art Swift and we can be all together again. So we're going to share some of our work now. Now the first piece of work that I've got, and the first mention I have, is for Arij in nursery. And Mrs. Prince says that Arij has been consistently using Class Dojo and really making an effort with all of her work. And this fantastic illustration has been sent in from Arij to Mrs. Prince of a dinosaur. A really lovely piece of work. So well done, Arij, on doing all of your home learning tasks.
Our next piece comes from Anjali in reception, and I hear that Anjali has been taking part in daily writing, and as a result, it's really improved her spelling, and she's able to now use some of her Step 2 and 3 sounds. And not only has she been doing this beautiful piece of writing, but she's been sending videos of her reading her work as well in a really loud and proud voice. And Miss Benzal has been very excited to share that news with us. And in this piece of writing, Anjali talks about going to buy some fruits and vegetables and how her mummy would like to sell some sweets. But Anjali says, just as a little reminder, that sweets aren't healthy. It's really lovely handwriting as well. So well done, Anjali.
Excellent. So moving on from our early years, we move into Key Stage 1 now. And Miss Ristani has sent in a fantastic photograph and piece of writing from Yahya. So not only has he been completing all of his tasks on Purple Mash, emailing them in and sending them to his teacher, he's also sent us this fantastic photograph. And I'm going to read Yahya's diary entry to you. Dear diary, I played with my siblings and I've done Joe Wicks. Really good to hear that you're doing your Joe Wicks there, Yahya, keeping up your fitness while you're at home. We made a fort using blankets. Yesterday, we threw a party for my siblings. Today, we are going to play on the fort and finish off some jobs. Also glad to hear you're being helpful at home. I am very happy at the moment, and I can also see it looks like Yahya's enjoying some home delivery pizza whilst playing with all of his siblings and enjoying time at home. How lovely to get a diary entry and to have the photograph of you enjoying yourself at home. Thank you, Yahya.
It's really nice to see a family photo to share with us. When we're not seeing you, see your family smiling together.
Exactly, really good to see.
So moving into year 2, I've got a beautiful piece of writing here from Krishan, where he has been working on his own. So I know that he's taken a couple of days to plan this writing and think about what he wanted to include. He spent 3 days discussing and planning it, and then by himself has done 2 pages of writing all about the box. And not only has he got really good language in here, but he's worked really hard on his presentation. So well done, Krishan. I've got another piece.
Oh, you have, yes.
I've got 2 fantastic pieces from Freddie. I think it's very appropriate for us to be sharing this right now. Freddie's done a little bit of research with his family at home on the nurses, and specifically on Florence Nightingale and Mary Seacole, and what they did to contribute to medicine. And this is a beautiful, colourful poster that's really caught our eyes that Miss MacDonald wanted to share with us. So well done to you, Freddie.
Now, in year 3, we've been sent 2 pieces of work. Now, these are not pieces of work that have been set by the teachers. So it's also really good to see where people are doing their own home learning projects. And first of all, we have got Haja, who has been doing some wonderful artwork at home. This is a beautiful picture that Haja has produced, a great silhouette picture, really wonderful nighttime background that she has chosen to proudly display and send in to her class teacher. And also Matas. Now Matas, I've never seen Matas produce this kind of thing before, but it looks like he's done a cross stitch of a wolf by moonlight. And apparently this took Matas a whole week to do. He persevered even when it was tough and showed really great resilience to produce a fantastic piece of artwork. So well done to you, Matas.
Really stunning. I'd really like to see that when we come back to school.
Absolutely. So Matas, make sure that you bring in that piece of art when you come back to school and see us.
So in year 4, we have a piece of work, an incredible poster here, very informative from Bess. And Bess has been doing some research and learning about how water is used within the home. She talked about how we use it when we brush our teeth, what we might mix water with if we were cleaning our windows. And not only has Bess gone away and done this research about how water is used at home, but she's also been applying her IT skills and has been practicing using her touch typing so that she's not spending too long typing and concentrating more on the facts to put in her work. So it's a really interesting Bess. Thank you very much.
A very good water-saving ideas in there as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Really good.
Fantastic.
Now, in year 5, both of the pieces of work that have been submitted for year 5 are using IT and the Purple Mash programme. First of all, we have Sonia, who's written a fantastic article all about earthquakes. And she's writing about the earthquake that occurred in Zagreb, in Croatia. And she's telling us all of the facts and the information behind that event with some great photographs to go alongside as well, and uses some really good technical vocabulary. We've got the fact that it was a 5.3 magnitude earthquake on the Richter scale, so lots of detail in Sonia's newspaper report. And we also have Ariane, who has produced a wonderful book using Purple Mash. It will display so much better when it's produced as a booklet. But to give you an idea, this is Ariane's story, which uses some really interesting ideas and vocabulary and some of her own illustrations to go alongside.
It's lovely to see we've got a range of work happening here. IT, art, PE.
Excellent.
So in year 6, we've had a range of poetry being sent through to us here. And I've got a poem here from Mariam H. It's really creative. I would like to, whilst I hold up, whilst I read Mariam's poem to you, I want you to just think about the language that's been used and what Mariam is describing. So, I don't remember the soft muttering of those around me, the patter of rain staining the glass window. I don't remember the whistle of the wind, the wood releasing a flowery scent as happiness greets me. I don't remember their many smiles coming from within, their laughter echoing down the hall. I don't remember the smell of fresh curry next to lush green peas from what I used to eat. I don't remember the time I went up a year, leaving my teacher behind, wanting to see them again, I hope. I think that's really poignant when we're thinking about things that we're probably missing lots around school, and we're thinking about the food that we might have had and our friends and our teachers, and thinking about actually try really hard to remember them and remember each other as we're away, because we will hopefully be back together very soon. And this poem is from Yasin, beautifully written. Again, another creative poem. I know Year 6 have been working hard on this. And Yasin's poem is, I now remember when I was laying in my bed, looking at the stars, looking at the moon, waiting for New Year, feeling the happiness, smelling the scent of the flowers, hearing the sounds of fireworks, touching my cosy, warm blanket. I now remember to say, Happy New Year.
Lovely. And I know Year 6 have been set the task to write poetry on the current situation. And I think these poems that Year 6 are writing really capture that. So I have 2 more that I would really like to share. So this one is from Hashim, and it's called Ghost Town. It's a ghost town now. From windows you'll see frowns, sometimes ghosts looking down. What used to be a city that never sleeps is now empty train carriage seats. No more television showing great Olympic feats, just barren. It's a ghost town now, and we ghosts sleep.
Wow, that's beautiful.
And finally from Raghad, write this cherished moment in your heart, a time to make things right. Open the windows and take this opportunity. Don't let a hand pull you back. Take a breath to shout out loud, I am not leashed. Sunshine will fill your day. I think the creativity there to capture the situation that we all find ourselves in. Really fantastic pieces that the children have produced. So very well done. And to all of you that have been selected this week for pieces of work that you have sent in, you will be receiving an excellent postcard that hopefully will be arriving through your letterbox within the next week. So you'll be receiving one of those to be sent home, because you can't collect them here in person. So if you've decided this week that you would really like to have a shout out in our Friday assembly, don't forget to send a piece of work in to your teacher. You can send it in via email, you can take a photograph of it, and if you can't do either of those things, you can always drop it into school on your daily exercise. Now, Mrs. Killian, we also have some fantastic pieces of art in front of us here. And these have been produced by the children in school this week, haven't they?
They have. So they've been working really hard with Miss Viegas and Mr. Blair, amongst some other staff as well, to create some cushions. And in front of me here, we've got Harry N in year 1. He's been working on his football cushion. He's a huge QPR fan, so it doesn't surprise me that we've got a football theme on Harry's. And moving on up to year 6, we've got Adam and his popcorn. So I know that he's been appreciating having popcorn during some of our movie times in school. I think he's wanted to represent that in his cushion here. And then we've got over on your side.
This is Dahlia's cushion, and also we have Marco's as well. And I think, speaking to Marco, he said this was the thing he's most proud of that he's ever produced before. So
he said something very similar about his cushion as well.
And great perseverance and resilience, learning new skills and doing something really creative. So it's really good to be able to share some of the things we've been doing in school. Now, we also have some people that have had birthdays in the last week as well. We thought, let's give a shout out to anyone that's had a birthday. You've not been with your friends to celebrate, so it'd be nice to know who has become just that little bit older this week. So, since last Friday, we've had the following birthdays. So, Yusuf in year 2, happy birthday, you are now 7. We have got Hussein in year 6 in Durham class, is now 11. So happy birthday, Hussein. I'm just going to jump back. It was actually Idman in year 2. So many apologies, Idman. You get a second special mention for your birthday, having now turned 7. Samira in year 4, you are now 9. Happy birthday to you, Samira. Rayla in year 4, you are also 9 as well. Princess in year 5 has turned 10, so happy birthday, Princess. And finally, Hanad, whose birthday was just yesterday, in year 1, has turned 6. So very happy birthday to you. We put birthday balloons up so that we could share those with you as well. And I know that lots of you this week have just started Ramadan. So we hope that that is going really well during this period of lockdown. And that you're able to be enjoying that period and spending that time with your families at home. So, I think that's all that we need to cover in our assembly this morning. Really lovely to be able to connect with you, and we look forward to our next Achievement Assembly next Friday. Bye everybody.
Bye.